All right, today what we're going to do is complete the third part of 5.5b CAD model features, and this one is called the Loft. So if I look at the Loft here, sketch tools we're going to be using is rectangle, 2D sketch on a new surface, polygon, offset work plane, projected geometry, but our main one here is going to be Loft. So if I scroll down, this is the shape that we're eventually going to make. So it says create a rectangle and dimension it to the values shown in the image and then extrude it to a value of 1.5 inches deep. So I'm going to start with a 2D sketch on XY, and I'm going to get a rectangle and I'm going to dimension it. So I want 2.5 inches of width, and zoom out, and I want 1.5 inches of height, and hit finish sketch. There's my rectangle. It says to extrude it to 1.5 inches of depth. Hit the green check mark and hit OK. So let's get this all back in the window there. And then it says place a 2D sketch on the front face of the block. Use the image below to draw and annotate the first of 2 sketches for the Loft feature. Note that the sketch is showing the equal constraints that need to be applied to the sketch. So these are the equal constraints down here. So I'm going to start a new 2D sketch on the front of the block, and I'm going to use my line tool to draw a basic triangle. And even though you can't really see it, you still need to draw the line to connect the triangle together. Make sure it's green to green, and then hit escape. So I'm going to apply the equals to the right side and to the left side of the triangle. And you notice it kind of centers that up a little bit. So it says to dimension 0.25 from the right side, 0.25 from the left side, and 0.25 from the bottom. So I grab that point and the right line, I type in 0.25 there, and I grab the left point and the left edge for that dimension, type in 0.25 there. And I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. Grab the point, grab the bottom line, and type in 0.25. So there's my first sketch. So I'm going to hit finish sketch, and now it asks me to apply the back face. So it says apply a 2D sketch to the back face, sketch the geometry shown. Note that the sketches are placed on opposite faces of the rectangular solid. So I'm going to come up here, rotate my view cube so I can see the back face, and I'm going to start a new 2D sketch on the back side. So I'm going to draw a triangle again, start on the top edge, move over, down, and then back up, and kind of look around until I find the green dot. And there is my triangle on the back side. Let's dimension it again. So it says 0.5 from the right, so I'll go to that point, find my right edge, go up and type 0.5. Then I'll do the same thing to the left side, 0.5, and then the bottom says 0.75. So I grab my bottom point, then click on my bottom edge for dimension, and that didn't quite go, so we'll try it again. Bottom point, bottom edge, there we go. And I'll type in 0.75. And notice how my triangle is a little whack right now because I didn't put the equals in yet. So I got to put these equal constraints on each side. So I do that, and then it lines up how I want it. So I'll finish sketch. Okay, anytime you're going to do a loft, you always need 2 sketches. So if I scroll down here, it says select the loft command from the 3D modeling ribbon bar. Select the front sketch, and then pick the deep V profile. This will highlight the shape that will start the loft. You must then press click to add on the loft palette, which is the menu here, and then select the back sketch. And choose the cut option by depressing the cut button. So I'll go back to my home screen. I'll select loft. If I roll over it, it says it creates a transitional shape between 2 or more sketches. So in this case, our 2 sketches are going to be the front triangle, and we should be able to select that. So we'll select sketch 2. It says click to add, and then I'll add sketch 3. Guess I didn't add sketch 2, so I'll click that. There it is. And then select cut. Notice how it goes from one down to the other, and I'll hit OK. Alright, and so that is my loft. Although, okay, so you notice how there's this little window at the top. What that means is that I didn't get my sketches all the way to the top line. So let's go back into this. And if I zoom in real close, you'll notice that there is a gap. So I'm going to select collinear, and I'm going to select my sketch line, and then I'm going to select that edge. It says cannot constrain or dimension reference fixed geometry. So I'm going to project geometry. I want that. And actually, it looks like I did not make a line there on the top. So I'll hit escape, zoom out a little bit, and grab my line tool again. I'll find the green dot. I'll find the other green dot. I'll finish sketch. And that one is okay now. And let's do this back side here. So let's get into sketch 3. We'll see if it's collinear or not. Zoom in, it is not. So I'll select that, finish sketch, and then that will disappear. So a couple little correction tools there to show you if your part doesn't quite turn out how you want it. So I'll maximize Inventor, and I'll change the color to, let's go with driftwood, see what that looks like. That's pretty cool. So then I will save as, and I will call this 5.5B part 3 loft. And that is how you do a loft. Make sure that you collect a snip of this and include your browser for your final submission.